3. 3 is the number of seconds that it will take you to watch this clip to figure out exactly why nobody wants these primates in our community.
They have put in too much trouble over here. They have broken the window. Give me my motherfucking crocs. They have broken the window over here. They have had too much trouble. Get the crocs. Give me my crocs, bitch. Give me my... ¿Le tomaron las placas ahora? Okay. Give me my crocs. No, yo te... Quítate. Deja come please. Fast. Deja ser here en el Wendy's de la South Road. No orden.
Jefe, suba el sueldo, vea. Vea cómo estamos trabajando. El clima de Cuenca está terrible. En esas condiciones, ¿cómo pues?
These are ape-like antics, flinging food around like monkeys in the jungle. And it's no wonder that civilized societies build walls to keep the savagery segregated. So you mean to tell me while your low IQ parents are leeching off the system, you're launching food at service workers? Culture classic move on your part. No one wants to say it, so I will. Black children are absolutely feral. And if black culture breeds barbarism, just go ahead and segregate me now. Because even their shit show reality TV networks couldn't script this. And it is no wonder that everyone wants to move away from these people the moment these roaches move into your neighborhood. These people and their children are a nightmare for nurturing communities. Because how displaced are you from reality for you to think that it's okay to act like that for fast food? And for the parents, if your kids are doing this to restaurants, I can only imagine the environment that you're raising them in. You low IQ mothers haven't learned, but you keep on playing ghetto games, you're going to keep winning ghetto prizes. Orange jumpsuits for you and group homes for them. And because we no longer have to live around it, this is your final opportunity to get your houses in order. And once the badge shows up, we get to take care of the kids that you clearly can't handle. So raise your kids before the cops do. What type of animal raises children like this?
It's just foolishness. You go in there tearing up folks' establishment. Just stupid. Silly. It's just foolishness. No home training. That's why people don't want y'all coming around, man.
When it comes to karma, they say she's a bitch.
I do not accept a coffee or a walk as a possible date option, and neither should you. First of all, I'm not a dog that needs to be walked. Second, I have an espresso machine at home. Works fabulous. We're not doing drinks either. You're going to try to get me drunk and take me back home. No. We are doing dinner. You're going to pick me up. We're going to come to the restaurant. We're going to see your table manners. We're going to see what you order. We're going to see, do you hold your chopsticks correctly? We're just going to, study you a bit. Okay. So dinner it is.
I started the egg freezing process. I did some preliminary tests which showed that my egg count is really low. The doctors did tell me that might affect my fertility. It's just so sad. I've been crying the entire day. I just feel this giant pain in my stomach right now.
The world usually has a way of just working itself out. And I feel like it kind of did that here with this woman, unfortunately. She thinks she's hot shit, thinks she's a 10 out of 10, says that coffee is not even an option. It's not even a dating option. I'm not a dog. I'm too good for that. You're going to take me to dinner so I can see your table matters and see what you order so I can judge accordingly. That's how she thought. And she went about her life thinking this way, looking at men this way. And then the world spun. And then it spun in a direction that she wasn't wasn't expecting to go. Come to find out, the wall hit her, you know, fertility issues. I feel like it just goes back to being a good, genuine person. Did she have to be a bitch like this in the beginning to the people she was getting to know? Did she have to overinflate herself and then project that onto the men she was trying to get to know? No, she didn't. She could have just been a nice, wonderful, pretty person. And instead, karma is a bitch. And then life puts you through things. And then you think to yourself like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have been that way. Maybe life would have been different if I just took the high road and been a nicer person. Because the world tends to spin positively for positive people. Depending on how you live your life and what you do, you will be blessed. This looks like an insufferable woman. And unfortunately, she got the worst of it.
Okay, what's up?
I just told you I'm here to pick her up.
She's in rehearsal.
Okay, but if you're not going to take her home, I can't pick her up later, so she needs to come with me now.
She's not missing rehearsal.
Then you need to take her back to my house.
Michelle, we're in rehearsal. Please
I'm
stay.
not leaving. I'll cause a scene.
No, you won't. Not in my place.
I will call the police.
Then I need my daughter.
You guys need to step out and handle it over here.
You're putting it in front of children, Michelle.
I need my daughter. Stop recording me.
I will not stop recording you.
Go get my child.
Do this here.
Go.
Go get my child.
Go.
She is my daughter.
Michelle, this is a youth production, and
Okay.
you just made a scene.
That's fine.
Go.
You're kidnapping my daughter from me. If you don't bring her home, then I'm getting her now.
Have a good day.
I'll call the police.
Stop.
Get Michaela now.
Go to your car now.
Get
You are
Michaela.
embarrassing your daughter.
I'll embarrass everybody. I don't
You will
care.
move.
Give me my
now.
child. You can take her home tonight.
There's already a motion on the courts for what you
care.
did, and this video will also be going.
I don't care that you're filing motions. Get Michaela. Don't touch me.
You are endangering other children.
Get out of my face. I'm not endangering anyone. I'm here to pick up my child.
Are your other children watching this as well?
They're safe in the car.
So our children are being responsible. They're a part of this, is what you're saying.
I said
like when
they're
you and
safe
Josh
in the
got in the
car.
bed and told them that your ex-husband abused people?
I already told you that's not what happened.
That's not. So if I go and talk to Jordan and Caleb, they're going to say that that did not happen.
Yes. That's exactly
So
what
you're
they're gonna
calling
say.
Michaela a liar.
Yeah, if that's what she told you, then yes,
I want to
I'm
make
calling
sure.
her a liar.
You did not go in there. You did not take her phone. You
I
did
took her
not.
phone. I said she's grounded from her phone.
You need to go.
I need my child, and
You're
then I
not
will
going to
go.
get our child because you
On
agreed.
my parenting day.
You agreed that she was in a show.
I'm going to call the police.
Please do.
There will be a bigger scene. We have a court order that today is my parenting day. So what do you think the police are going to say?
They're going to say you agreed to her being in a show.
If you took her home,
You
and you're
agreed to her
refusing to
being
take
in
her
a show.
home, we'll see what the police say now.
Have a good day. Can you pop these?
Hey, I have bad news for men. Some of you already know this. On the dating scene, men not only have to compete with other men, they also have to compete with the woman that they're interested in. So you already know you have to compete with other guys, right? Are you better looking than them? Do you make more money? Or do you have more social status? That kind of stuff, right? That's men against men. But when you compete against a woman that you are interested in, she's looking at you as like, how is he going to make my life better? I know a lot of women from their 20s all the way to their 40s, even in their 50s. And they're not interested in men. Why? Because in their eyes, men cannot, well, the ones that they know, right, in their social circle, cannot make their life better. As soon as a woman sees a man is beneath them, meaning make less money, less capable, less social status, they're not interested.
Back out. Hanging out in public. Your mama made me say, I thought that dog got the morning routine. Yeah, got some brand new clothes.
So if your woman has a celebrity crush, drop her. Let me explain it like this. It might shift your perspective. Your woman spends thousands of dollars to stand in a crowd in order to see a man. Your woman spends hours in the mirror getting ready to go to this concert so she can look good in the hopes that the guy on stage sees her? When has she spent thousands of dollars to take you on a date, to be alone with you, the man she's supposed to be in love with? When has she ever spent hours in the mirror getting herself ready to look good for a date that she paid to take you on? Facts are, your woman is willing to spend thousands of dollars to get hot and sweaty next to a bunch of other girls that are all fangirling over the one man that's on stage. If your woman would rather spend thousands of dollars for that experience than thousands of dollars for a personal experience, then that woman probably isn't for you. It's quite literally idolship. You are willing to travel to a different state. You are willing to spend lots of money in order to stand in front of somebody to sing a song that 9 times out of 10 is pre-recorded and the exact same thing that you would hear on the radio or on Spotify with earbuds in. But the worst part is women will say that other men are insecure and that you shouldn't think like that and it's not that serious and I'll never have the opportunity to be next to them. But the second that they have them within their sights, even if their man is on their shoulder, they are still giving themselves away to these men. So never let a woman convince you why you should allow her to go to a concert. The most common one you're going to get is, I just want the experience. Does she really want the experience? Well, the loud music and the dancing around can be done at a church concert. Does she want to go listen to the Lord? No, she wants to listen to Usher dance around shirtless. She wants to listen to Don Toliver talking about fucking bitches and doing drugs. She wants to be around idols that she idolizes, and the secular music satisfies her flesh.
And I'm glad this video showed up right behind the one that we just watched. I'm glad that it showed up because we're sitting up here talking about how men are competing. Oh, you're not just competing with this, you're competing with that. And it's getting real tight out here. It's getting real tight. I don't know how you men are going to make it. With what we just saw, that's why men are not competing. That's why men are walking away. For that specific reason right there. Y'all will have a man. There was a woman on the phone with Desirable Truth. My guy from Desirable Truth was doing an interview. You were doing an interview with a woman. Hey, how old are you? Oh, I'm 29. Oh, you believe in having an all pass? The woman is on the phone with her man. She's talking to her man. Called her. She walking around the streets. She's a little buzzed, is what it was. Buzzed, looked like she knew where she was, but she's a little buzzed. So he calling her probably to kind of talk to her and see what she up to. Hey, this is my man right here. And start talking. Yeah, now to answer your question about the hall pass, instead of just saying, well, this is my man right here. I'll talk to you later. Well, no. I'll talk to you later. And getting out of that situation, modern women don't think that they have anything to be ashamed of when they talk stupid like that. They don't think that they have anything to be ashamed of. Oh, if I had a hall pass, I would go for Brad Pitt. Okay. If I had a hall pass, I'd probably go, no. You know what? George Clooney. He ages better. He's this. Her man is on the phone. Her man is on the phone. And this is no different. They do not care. Oh, I know I got my man. Her man right there. Her man is right there. Her man is right there. He's literally behind. He could hold her if he wanted to. He could be holding her, sharing a moment. And this, okay, well, maybe they're just friends. Maybe this is her brother, her cousin. Maybe. Yeah. Okay.
It's an 18-year-old beautiful virgin who's raised by a loving father and an intact family, who is sweet and commitment minded. I mean, that's a pretty high value woman. And a lot of men are seeking after that.
Yeah.
And whether she's aware of it or not, she can command a very high price for that, for access to her.
Yeah.
But by the same token, a different kind of woman, which we also see popping up, we have the Instagram baddies and the OnlyFans cam girls. It's like you can be 19 years old and have 1 million followers on Instagram. You could be 20 years old and be making 6 figures monthly on OnlyFans. Of course, not all of them do, but the women who do, they are cooked. They're cooked, Jeff. Like there's no way that any one man, no matter how attractive, how rich, how stimulating, will ever be able to replace the attention and validation of a million fucking men. Like, forget about it.
Yeah.
She has been anchored at too high of a price point, and it will not be sustainable because she's not going to have those numbers when she's 45.
So he knows I'm going to lunch.
He knows you're
He
going
knows
to
my vibe. He knows how I like to move, and he only sent $30.
I'm not going to bend over backward for a man that is just sending whatever he can. But if I'm talking to him, next time I'm out and he says, oh, you need something for lunch, I'm going to tell him, it's okay, somebody already sent me $100.
Okay. If we're being completely honest, right here, right now, we've all eaten lunch for $30.
Yes.
Let's start
100%.
Wait, little cafe spot, baby.
I'm going to snap us and get something popping, but
we're not saying that we're ungrateful.
Right.
Food is food on the table. However, you know what the standard is.
Correct.
Me in that situation, handling it with grace, thank you so much, baby. I'm so appreciative. I'm going to still take a picture of that bill and I'm going to send it to him. Thank you for the 30. That was the tip.
Married man here. She don't like you. If a woman do all this, she does not like you. Ladies, it's almost like if a man asks you, what do you bring to the table? If a man asks you what you bring to the table, that man does not like you. Because when people like you, they're actually trying to take care of you and make sure they're in your space. And taking care of somebody is not a dollar amount. It's a way of thinking. But fellas, imagine being with a woman who actually cares about your diet. Imagine being with a woman who's like, you know what? I shouldn't be eating out anyway. Let me make sure that the man that I'm with and my kids are eating well because everything else is poison. Also, imagine being with a woman who's like, she cares enough about you. She cares about your finances. She's like, you know what? What I'm worried about is state and local anyway. I want to make sure he got enough money to take care of me and the family. I want to make sure that he's good. So let me save him a little money. Fellas, don't let no woman who use single ply tissue and them little CVS eyelashes tell you what she deserves.
I know a lot of women want men with high standards, and that's all understandable. But once you do meet a man that has high standards, the reverse is also true. When I was about 36 years old, I belonged to a business organization, and we meet with other business owners to support each other and, you know, give each other best practices and so forth. There was this guy, he was about my age at the time. He was married. I was still single at the time. And he got married in his mid-20s, so he was already married for about 10 years. Now, I assume when he married his wife, she was smoking hot, you know, but in 10, 12 years, she gained some weight. And so this guy, he was fairly successful, not super rich, but successful for his age, right? And he basically told his wife, you need to lose weight. I give you 6 months. Otherwise, I'm getting a divorce. End of story.
My mom and my dad were 20 years apart.
Speaking of that older and younger shit, why do older girls think that once they're older, they're allowed to coach niggas on who they could date? Cause I got older, I got richer, and realized my prime lasts as long as my money does. Yours lasts as long as your beauty does. Unfortunately, your beauty has an expiration date. My dollar value doesn't. But hey, guess what? When you were 25 years old, 24 years old, you wanted to talk to the nigga that was 34. You want to teach me about ethics? Go fuck yourself. If you're talking to a girl that's like 23, at that age, you're heading towards picking a career.
Stop doing the most for women who don't deserve shit. Seriously, some of you guys are in relationships with the most controlling, batshit crazy ass women, and you just like, okay, well, what can I do to make you happy? Like, okay, like, let's get a house together. And you dig yourself deeper into this fucking hole. Yesterday, I had a call with a man who said he was thinking of moving to China, because he couldn't deal with the guilt of breaking up with her because she's fucking psychotic. They've been together for 6 years, and she threatens to burn his family's house down if things don't go her way. That's just like tip of the iceberg. And I'm like, first of all, why did you let things go on for this long? Like, that's insane. That shows your own lack of self-respect and your own lack of ability to have hard conversations and make the right decisions. And if you can't do that, your life will always be a constant marathon of running away. Imagine if he moves to China and that's the worst decision he could have made for his life. Like maybe he died in China. I don't know what happens in China, but you're making that decision from avoidance, from running away, not from pursuit of a goal, from pursuing your passion. You're making this decision so that she doesn't have to deal with the consequences of her actions. Because he's like, oh, well, I feel bad. I provide for her financially. She doesn't have a job. And I'm like, well, maybe she should have fucking thought of that before she threatened to burn your family's house down. She needs to assume the consequences of the things she says and does. That's how people learn. And you're robbing her of that learning opportunity because you don't want to deal with the guilt of wondering like, okay, what is she doing? Like, is she figuring it out? Like, am I a horrible monster? That is your discomfort that you are avoiding. And so you're making the decision that is worse for everyone involved because of your fear. And this will be your entire life. And if you have kids, it will be your kids' life unless you learn how to hold tension in your body. If you can't stay steady when you're experiencing like that uncomfortableness that comes from, oh shit, now I have to say something. What will that lead in your life? Seriously, like how long can you live like that?
If you're having trouble with her over here, you definitely don't want to move to a different country. And she's crazy. Them folks liable to not even understand what either of y'all are saying. If y'all are like Native American, they don't understand what y'all saying. They just see a woman crying and the universal, oh shoot, she needs help crying. And then she pointing over at you, him. And they go put you in jail. You sitting there trying to plead your case while they beating you over the head with a nightstick. They tasing you. They dragging you off and putting you in the cop car and taking you to jail. And now you stuck over there. You can't call nobody. You don't understand the language. So you just sitting over there for 5-6 years. Finally get out. Visa expired. Got to stay there. Got to figure out how to work there. Learn the language. And then maybe in 10-15 years, you can come back to the States. She done completely changed the trajectory of your life based on, well, I mean, it's based on a long time because you stayed with her when you shouldn't have. But based on 10-15 seconds of her acting a darn fool.
What's the number one thing that we need to unlearn from your vantage point?
Monogamy. It's fake.
Fake as in it shouldn't exist, or fake as in people are not faithful, or fake as in this was, thrust upon us because history says that we were polyamorous. Like what kind of fake are you talking about?
I think when it comes to romantic partnerships.
Okay.
The expectations on our partners are unrealistic.
Why do you say that?
Like because of how we operate in every other relationship, right? Mm-hmm. So we have multiple friends. We have multiple, sometimes siblings. We come out with 2 parents if your daddy ain't abandoned you. Right. You know what I mean? But you have multiple people that serve as this, as this, whatever the relationship is.
Yeah.
But when we go to romantic partnership, the expectations of them to answer immediately, which we don't do even at our jobs sometimes. We said we're going to wait it out a little bit. Why can't your partner have a couple hours to himself? Yeah. Creating space for yourself. You want space, but no. When in romantic partnership, you're supposed to be all up under the person. You want to be in their skin. This idea of how we operate with our romantic partners, to me, is just not a healthy concept of what it looks like to have a healthy relationship with another person. And then I also believe that this idea of a soulmate, staying with one person for the rest of your life and nobody else. What? That don't even sound like fun. Don't we want to live? We only got one life. We only got one life. I don't understand. And then also the idea of,
I ain't gonna lie, I hate for a man to ask me if I know how to cook. You asking all them questions only for me to find out that you don't even eat vegetables. Boy, I'm cooking you noodles. I'm not gonna play with you.
Don't build men. Find a man a woman built. The sad truth about building a man, men have very fragile egos. When you help him level up, he won't thank you. He'll find a woman who never knew him broke. Why? Because she only sees the man that he is today, and his ego loves that. See, you are a reminder that he didn't build himself, and his ego can't take that. This is why it's important that you don't go around building men, because men don't appreciate that. They resent that. Stop building men and find a man a woman has built. Be smart and remember, I told you.
you're a woman and you're looking to get married to a man, be so careful, because I made a post that my husband does his own laundry. His own. I made it clear I do mine. And I said he makes dinner and does the dishes. 3 things. I mentioned 3 things. So many men, and it happens every time I mention these things, so many men say, so he's your servant, he's your servant. They're very clear. They think doing dinner, dishes, and his own laundry is a servant. And what do they want their wives to do? Their complaint is that he does that instead of me. Their complaint is he's a servant for doing his own laundry because that's my job. They're very transparent. They're very clear. They think that makes you a servant. These men do not want wives. They do not want a partner to love. They want a servant. And for some reason, it's okay for them to want an indentured servant. And for some reason, it's angering to them when other men are adults. Just know that.
Do you remember growing up how boys would always tell girls, get back in the kitchen, or make me a sandwich as an insult? It was like a quick, degrading thing that guys would say to you, like you'd be in a disagreement with them and they would just tell you to get back in the kitchen. And that is the thing, is like men think that traditionally feminine roles are degrading. They think it's degrading that you would be in the kitchen making them a sandwich, which is why they hurl it at you as an insult. And I'm just thinking about it because right now there's this big right-wing push to get women back into the home, and conservative men are constantly telling us, like, you shouldn't have a job, you should actually be a wife and a mother, and you should give birth, and you should get back into the kitchen, and you should make me a sandwich. And the messaging is like, well, the home is where you would be the most happy, and the home is where you would be the most valued. And I feel like I'm being gaslit because I'm like, wait, you don't value women who work in the home. You told me it was degrading and that I should be like embarrassed to make you a sandwich. You telling me that women are the most valued in the home is the exact opposite message that I've been getting directly from men for my entire life. And I think what's happening is that men who used to tell us make me a sandwich as an insult never really thought that women would have the option to do anything but that. So now that a lot of women are like opting out of marriage and opting out of children, we're choosing careers and we're starting to make more money, now there's this kind of panic, like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? The women don't want to make us sandwiches anymore. But it's not because men like really, really value the domestic contributions of women. It's just because they miss the free labor. They still think it's degrading. They still think it's beneath them to like make a sandwich and clean the kitchen, but they definitely still want you to do it. It is very obviously useful for men to have a live-in maid and chef and like humping post at home, but that doesn't mean he values you for it. I see conservative men do this pandering shit like a woman shouldn't have to sit in an office for 8 hours. She should be at home baking cookies. But the truth is that he does want you to work. He just wants you to work for him for free. But I don't really think women are falling for it. I think you're going to have a hard time convincing women that cooking and cleaning is our highest calling, because we remember when you told us to get back in the kitchen as an insult. If you wanted more women to be wives and mothers, then you probably should have treated wives and mothers a little better. I don't know.
Do you ever think that maybe you're overthinking it? Like, maybe you come out of the kitchen, like say for instance, somebody tries to do something. You have a lot of times when they would go on American Idol and they would sing, oh, I'm going to be the next star. He's like, so what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm an analyst. Okay, stick to doing analysis. Don't quit your day job. You're good at analysis. You're not good at singing. It's the same way when y'all come out of there, whatever you might be in the kitchen. You come out of the kitchen, you say, let's make it about sports. You know what? What they should be doing, because say the basketball game's on. You know what they should be doing? How come they don't just shoot from the other side of the court? You know, it's wide open. Why would you run across the court and let somebody get in your face? Just shoot it from across the court on the other side where nobody is, and you know, maybe you'll make it. That's a much higher chance. No, that you wouldn't have a chance to make the shot. It'd be a much lower chance because the basket is a lot smaller. You know, it's hard to make it from that much further away. Oh, okay. Well, you know, maybe they can make the basket bigger. I mean, sure. Yeah. Or maybe they can get one of these things where you shoot it and you get one chance if you really need the points to shoot it. And then if you miss it, they just give you the points anyway. Okay. Is dinner ready? You know, that's where that comes from. You're out here talking nonsense. You can come out here talking foolishness. If y'all would come out of the kitchen, so to speak, quote unquote, and contribute something, that actually makes some kind of sense, then he wouldn't just say, okay, just stick to doing that. Relax, you're overdoing it. He wouldn't have to say that because you would have said something or you would have added. And it'd be the same thing if a man comes in there and y'all are talking about doing your nails and he says, oh man, you know, I really like the pointy tippy nail thingies. The what? You know, with the pointy tips and the this, and that. No, there's no nails like that. There's no nail. No, you guys are tripping. The nail shape with the pointy glittery, this, and this. No, not even close. What was it? You're talking about the only thing that you're talking about a manicure, like a French manicure. This is what a French manicure looks like. Oh yeah, that. Don't you have any friends that you should be talking to? Don't you like aren't you going to the gym? It's that same concept. But of course, because y'all think that men are always trying to keep you down and the patriarchy is against you, you'd come up with this.
So I just left the gym and I seen a conversation with my guys from EYL and the beautiful Miss Aisha Diaz, man. She's so goddamn fine. I wasn't even listening to what she was saying. I was just looking at her. You know what I'm saying? But once I stopped looking and started listening, I got a bit confused. Because in one sentence, she said she doesn't need a man to pay her bills. She can cover her bills and all of that. And that's respectable. You know what I'm saying? I salute a woman that's independent doing her own thing. But then on another note, she says she needs a man that makes $45 to $50K a month to be able to keep up with her. And this is where it didn't become about her independence no more. Now this shit is about consumption aligning. You just want to spend a nigga's fucking money. Because someone that makes $50K a month basically makes $600K a fucking year. And that's some top tier income. But income isn't wealth, cash flow isn't an asset, and a lifestyle is not a fucking strategy to run a business. So for me, the question becomes, what the fuck does keep up mean? Like, what do you mean when you said nigga needs to keep up? Does he got to match your income? Does he got to fund your lifestyle? Are you building something with this person? What exactly does keep up mean? Because if it means I got to take you shopping and buy all these flights and we going to dinners every goddamn night, now that really doesn't align with what I'm trying to do with my finances. This just aligns with you spending all my goddamn money. Because if somebody make $50K a month but got to spend $50K a month, they basically living paycheck to paycheck at a high fucking level. And I got a lot of fucking rich friends. If my rich friends was to hear some shit like this, some shit that they taught me to ask if a woman or if anybody in business was even able to say this to me, my first question would be 45 to 50K a month, huh? Okay, what are we saving? What are we investing? What appreciates? What the fuck compounds, right? Because a lifestyle that costs $600K a year, what the fuck is the business model for this? Which is basically you looking good. The whole business model of this to be able to sustain is based off you looking good, and you're not going to look like this forever. And one of my rich homies told me one day, luxury without assets is just a high level liability. I'm going to say that again. Luxury without assets is just a high level fucking liability. It's nothing wrong with having high standards, ladies. Nothing is fucking wrong with having high standards at all. But if your standards is based off what a nigga could spend on you, that's just lifestyle inflation. You're not being responsible with your fucking finances now. And this is what happens when people align with optics rather than trying to leverage their partner. Niggas is dating for optics, not to leverage as a unit. We got to stop this shit.
Fellas, what's one thing a woman did that after she did it, you could never look at her the same? And I'm not talking about cheating or nothing like that. I'm talking about something that when you seen it, you was like, hey, nah, nope.
When I moved to LA, I met this chick who lived in Atlanta, and I really liked her. And I had a show in Atlanta, so I flew home for the show, but I was like, yo, we can hang out, you know, the day I'm not working. And so I invited my homie and his girl, and we all kicking it. And I tell you, I like this girl. When I tell you, I liked her face, her energy was good. She had a kid, but that wasn't a problem. And the whole time, her and I talking, we talking family talk. Like, hey, maybe you can move to LA, doing logistics and playing out of her head. I'm like, yo, she cool. Then we all hanging out. We went to the little Mexican spot and got the big margaritas, the ones the size of your head. And I'm sitting here like, yo, if she cool with me and she cool with my people, we might have a match. Man, and so her and my my homie's girl, they was bonding. They was just kikiing off to the side and just having good conversation. I'm like, yo, she good with me and she good with my people too. I was like, yo, This might be something. I said, like her face, good energy. I was like, yo, it was a cool time. We was having a good time. And so 6 o'clock came. And was it Cinderella when she left the glass slipper? She's like, I gotta go. She immediately left at 6 o'clock and was like, I need to leave and go somewhere. And I'm sitting, maybe she got to pick up her kid or something. She walked out the room. I walked out the hotel, and my boy girl looked at me and was like, you know where she's going, right? I was like, where? She was like, she about to go hang out with your favorite rapper. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, she about to go hang out with your favorite rapper. I'm like, wait, he in town this weekend? Man, when I tell you my stomach dropped, I was like, man, this girl doing all this family talk, talking about how she wants something consistent and, you know, a good father figure for her kid, her son. And you went to go hang out with my favorite rapper? Man, when I tell you I couldn't even listen to this man's music no more, I was hurt. I thought we had a match. And in my head, all I could hear is, she wanna lick the rapper. Yeah.
I need to leave her alone. She done went on there and got me tagged talking about she would invite me to a live and I'm just mad because a hit dog gonna holler something to that effect. And I mean, baby, please.
She's a 50-year-old, a 49-year-old woman doing this. We have an older Black woman acting like this on the internet. I'm gonna tell you a little something personal. My mother would never in her life would be demeaning, passive aggressive like that. Never. And not everyone has the blessing and fortune to have such a healthy, positive, respectable woman in their lives as a model. We have these types of people being, you know, as a sort of model. I mean, an elder that is modeling how to be in older age. I'm sorry. I was serious. I am being serious, y'all, but it's making me laugh because this is not right. This is not right. And I don't mean that as shady at all. I'm being serious. The older lady should not be acting like this, talking like this. This is embarrassing. It is. It's not a good look. But I know a lot. There are plenty that won't see it that way, and that's so sad. My mother is about 15 years older than Dr. Tressie. She looks much younger than Dr. Tressie. Sometimes it's because of your spirit. Sometimes it's the spirit that's in you, that's making people age in ways that they would not if their spirit was different, if their focus was different, what they paid attention to and how they lived their life was different. I don't know anything personal about this woman. What I do know is she looks older than 49. And people who look older than they really are, typically, you know, it's in the way in how you're living, it's who you are on the inside. If you want to see what my mom looked, you know what? She's about 15 years older than Dr. Tressie. Let's just play the tape. Look at her. That's the spirit. Come on. Now let me see. I'm sorry, y'all, but we need to start saying something.
Moment was built on the condemnation of so-called body positivity in the guise of critiquing, condemning, and
And this is something that I talk about as well. You have women that age that you'd expect them to act better, but it just doesn't click. They beef. They're out there in the club shaking their behinds at their age, still trying to be cool, still trying to be relevant. You don't have to be out in the club to be relevant. You have a PhD. You could be doing research. You could be doing and I'm not saying that she's in the club. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like she said, the way these modern women are carrying themselves nowadays, they're using their PhD as a weapon oh, I'm better than you. It's just another form of, oh, I got more money than you. Oh, I got a house, you don't. Oh, I got a better car, you don't. It's just another thing to say that they're better than you. They're more elevated. They're more educated than you.
If your man woke you up at 2 a.m., he said, baby, can you cook me a meal? Would you cook your man a meal if he woke you up at 2 a.m.?
No. Just being honest.
What about you, Kiki?
It all depends on how I'm feeling.
All right, it depends.
Oh, you another depends.
It depends on the situation.
Here's another question. If an intruder broke inside the house, would you or would you not expect your man to go downstairs and handle that break out the door? Natasha.
Absolutely.
Allie.
Yes.
Kiki.
All I'm saying is if you don't, it's over after that.
Yeah, I would expect that.
What I've heard was that a woman's wifey duty is based off her feelings, right? It depends on how I feel. But the man's duty of protecting you, it's mandatory. How is it a fair deal?
These are so different. Like,
Yeah,
one is like
they're
not even
not-
the same.
they're
One is like
not.
you're both about to die, maybe. Right, and if you don't
And
do
the other
it, you're
one is
gonna
you
die
might
too.
not eat. So it's not about the situation. It's about what the man is attracted to, and it's about what the woman is attracted to. The man is attracted to femininity, submissiveness. The woman is attracted to masculinity, protecting and providing. So if you're not giving what we are naturally attracted to, it's not a fair deal if we have to always give you what you're naturally attracted to. That's going to protect you. Makes
I expect that if somebody breaks into my house or into our house, my husband is going to get up and do what needs to be done. This is why if he wakes me up at 2 a.m. and says, I'm hungry, I need you to make something for me, I am doing it because I know for a fact he won't hesitate to make sure that the family is okay.
As a man, you need to understand that if you're not a member of the Rainbow Coalition, you know good and well you've never been platonic friends with a attractive woman that you didn't fuck or want to fuck. So when you think about your bra, is she attractive? Now, if your girl is ass, you ain't got to worry about it. Like, she ain't going to have nothing but platonic friends. But if your woman is fine or attractive, bruh, and she has a male friend, that shit is not platonic. Even if it's platonic from her end, that nigga want to fuck something. And let me tell y'all boys something. If your woman has a male best friend, either they already fucked, they are fucking now, or they will fuck in the future. I'm telling you from experience. I've had some female friends. I don't have any female friends now because I don't want to play that game. But I've had some female friends in my life, and it ain't now one of them that I didn't run up in and realign their spine. You understand me? That's just how it is. And so anytime that I had a female friend, they were always dealing with a man. And when I used to realign her spine, she go home to him and he think he did something. She go right home to him, lay right over him. And then that injury that I left her ass with, she put it on him. And now he run around beating his chest, trying to beat his chest over some stress from my mess. So I'm telling you, you cannot trust that platonic friendship shit because it ain't real. A nigga sit around your broad man and wait 15 years talking about some, I'm your friend, and wait for that one time where some shit that she'd have misunderstood happened between y'all, and she run to him because he ain't got no problem being the honey child in the same time because he just waiting. And that one time he get the opportunity and knock the knobs off her ass. And she ain't gonna never tell you, and that nigga still gonna come around. So I'm just telling you, if your woman got male friends, leave her ass for the streets, man. She for the streets. Any woman who want to be around men all the time, it's got whole energy in her. Now, I'm not telling you that's bad. I'm not telling you it's good. I'm just telling you it's true. You think about the women who be around men all the time. Strippers, working girls, nurses. And you know the word on the street is that nurses are the biggest hoes. I'm not finna claim no woman who got no male friends, and I'm not finna deal with a woman at all got no male best friend. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you. If he the best friend, he the motherfucking undressed friend too.
The biggest way to know when a woman really loves you, it's not what she says, it's what she consistently does, especially when it costs her something. A woman who truly loves you will bring clarity and not confusion. You won't have to keep guessing and wondering where you stand. She will protect the connection. Even in conflict, she aims for resolution, not to punish you. She respects you under pressure. Love doesn't get disrespectful just because it's emotional. She includes you in her world. She considers you in her decisions, in her plans. A woman who really loves you covers you with support. She shows up in the hard seasons, not just in the highlight reels. A woman who really loves you will be patient and labor with you if you are showing real signs of growth and a desire to take your life to the next place or to the next level. Because real love isn't just a feeling, it's commitment, character, and consistency. And this woman has the attitude that I'm not leaving every time it gets hard. I'm willing to work and do whatever it takes so that we can grow together. She has the character to understand that even when I'm upset, I won't dishonor you. I will have the integrity to treat you with the same respect and honor that I desire to have. This woman who truly loves you will be consistent. She will treat you with the same love on Monday as she did on Saturday. And let me be clear, this type of love will help you build, but it won't stay in a situation where there's no effort, no growth, and no accountability. So even though she's doing everything to love you right and to make sure that she presents her best self to you, can she trust you to do the same thing? Listen, if you haven't already heard, I'm doing a free webinar this Sunday on the 15th at 8:00 p.m. And it's called I Want to Trust You, but I'm holding back. Type trust in the comments and you'll receive the link so you can sign up for this free webinar to make sure that your relationship is going and growing in the right direction.
Black women, single, college educated, at age 60 and older, carry a median wealth of $11,000.
Because you said, like, you know, Black men aren't doing much better, is what you said, right? Do you think that there's any difference from a social, cultural perspective? Is there any difference, in your opinion, between a Black woman being 60 older with 11,000 and a Black man being 60 older, $11,000 in wealth?
Yeah, I think the difference would be that Black women do a really good job at building extended community. They tend to be less siloed. They have more friends. They have more extended relationships that they connect with, to include men at times. I think women are very resourceful in that way. And so I do think that it would be a difference because they would have communal support.
Do you think in any way that that undermines marriage? And I don't know if undermine is the word. Let's say like it's a plan B that can kind of seem to like supersede a plan A. And by plan A, I'm talking about like marriage and family. And I wonder, like, when you think about, okay, well, you know, we could just build our own, you know, women families. Do you think in any way that that's affecting like women's desire, motivation to do what needs to be done in order to get married and have like a blood family?
Potentially, but I also would say that while I am an advocate for marriage, that it shouldn't be marriage by any means necessary. It can't be, well, in the 50s and 60s, we didn't care about all that, you know, emotion stuff. We got together because we had to get together. Well, thanks be unto God that we no longer have to get in these types of relationships for survival. Like, why is it that we want to have captive audiences in order to increase our marriage rates? The fact that I can love from a place of wholeness makes any relationship that I get into, and by the way, I am in a relationship. He's watching y'all in the comments, so don't be mean. But being in a relationship with somebody because we choose to be there and our wealth goals are aligned and our perspective on marriage is aligned and we both have emotional maturity, that to me is so much more full than being like, well, let's just get together so we can build a wealth portfolio. And that mindset to me harms men more than it would a woman, because you all deserve healthy and holistic and emotionally stable love too. You guys deserve safe spaces in women. You know, masculine men, we don't think about that. No, masculine men are still human beings with emotions too. We all have this thing within us that desires to love and to be loved.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but y'all spaces and what we deserve is based on what y'all think we deserve. It's based on how y'all see the world. You deserve to come into a space and be able to talk like we want you to talk. You deserve to be able to express your feelings in this space how we want you to express your feelings. You deserve to be able to come in here and rest in your masculine and really revive and relax how we want you to rest, how we want you to relax, how we want you to be restored and revived. Everything is about how we want it done. And because we're more educated than you, because we see the world better, we mature faster than you guys do, then we know best. So if you're not doing it how we want you to do it, then you must be going down the wrong way. If you're going down the wrong way, according to us, then you must be following the patriarchy and you must be a misogynist and you must hate women. You know, it just compounds on itself. You just get worse. You go from being a good man to a terrible man, a criminal that needs to be in jail, under the jail. 30 seconds.